Hey, so today I want to talk about how to get more clients as a freelance bookkeeper. Now, this is why most bookkeepers struggle to get clients. So, this is the difference between being a technician versus being a business owner and the mindset that is within each one. Now, this is something that if I would have known when I first started my six-figure accounting and bookkeeping firm, would have saved me a lot of time. So, I want to share it with you today. Also, if you ever want to speed up your progress, if you want to be able to go and reach your goals in a shorter time period, click the link inside the description below to book a call with me to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. Okay. So let's attack this thing. So, number one, you got to choose if you want to go with a niche or without a niche. Now, there's not a right or wrong answer with this. I think that eventually people end up with a niche, but it's not because they choose the one where they think they can make the most money, right? Now, the reason why is because we all have a tribe or a group of people that we get along with very well compared to other people, right? And you'll be able to know that by if let's say you go into a room with like 10 people from a construction background versus 10 like life coaches versus 10 like artists. If you go in there, there's going to be one where, like, maybe with the construction group, you might get 2 out of 10. With the life coaches, you might get 1 out of 10. Versus with the artists, you might get 7 out of 10, right? That's going to happen. And the more that you are talking to business owners, you're going to keep picking up more and more people who are like the ones that already like you. So at the very end, you might have 3 to 4 like core groups of clients that really like you that work really, really closely with you, right? And that's just normal, that's just a part of life, right? But so it's not like, do I need to niche? It's more like when you decide a niche. Do you decide a niche after you've gotten like 5 clients, 10 clients, and then like the remaining 10 clients to 20 clients you take to get to 60 figures? I'm sorry, six figures. So probably five clients will like kind of give you some understanding like who works well with you, who do you not work well with. 10 clients, okay, so there might be a pattern that emerges. Then right around like 20 clients is when like if you want to do a niche, you definitely can. However, one thing that makes it hard to niche for like accounting and bookkeeping, like businesses, is that you might get referrals, right? So artists might know someone that owns a basketball team, or they might know someone that owns a co-working space. And the better the work that you do, the more they tell their friends about what you're doing, and you're going to pick up referrals from different industries. So it can be a little bit hard to choose a niche. The way I like to think about the niche is you can do a niche in terms of an online marketing campaign, but then excuse me, an online marketing campaign you would niche, right? Because then you can just make a message like all construction workers, if you want help with your bookkeeping, blah, blah, blah. But then in your real core business, you can accept everyone, right? So that's kind of how I think about niching down. Next thing, so building a results focused offer. So the way that we have our service, we have a package of what's included within our service, then we have an offer. That's how we describe our package of our services to the end clients, right? A lot of people like, oh, I know what services I'm going to offer, but they package it in a really, really weird way that doesn't really make any sense to the business owner. I'll give you an example. So, a business owner yesterday said she needed help with payroll. So one of my students, it's a newer student, she goes, okay, I can do a cleanup for you. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And the business owner's like, well, I don't really want that. And it's not that she's never going to want bookkeeping, but you have to know like sometimes you have to offer a smaller package of your service that only includes the thing the person wants to get your foot in the door. So now they're going to be listening to you and interested in potentially getting more, right? So you have to be able to customize that. Now, we've since talked about that, and now she's going to go back to that client and basically present a just a basically a payroll option for that person with the understanding and ability to kind of talk about what the next steps look like as far as her doing the bookkeeping, right? Now, one reason why this is very important is because if you have different ways of offering your service, you can keep coming back to the same person. Even if they say no the first time, they might say yes the second time. Or they say no the first one, the second one, and the third one, they could say yes to the fifth one. You know what I mean? So it's like the different ways you can come and like say, well, today we're doing this. Well, hey, how about this? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about doing this? Why don't we start with this? Why don't we do this? Hey, you might need this whole pack. Like the more ways you can come at a person, the better it's going to be for you to make a lot of money very, very quickly. That's when it comes to an offer. Next thing is like choose one marketing channel to start. Okay. So recommending LinkedIn or Facebook groups. Okay. So most people are constantly cycling through a bunch of different marketing styles without ever really getting good at any single one of them. Now, I was on my coaching call the other day, and the lady's like, "Well, I want to feel like I'm doing the right thing, and I don't feel like I'm doing the right thing yet." And I was like, "Well, how would you know if something's the right thing?" It's like, "Well, as soon as I do it, I'm gonna get a client." It's like, no, that's not how most things work. Like, yes, you can get lucky. You do like you like send out one Facebook message and then you get a client. But that's luck. You're not gonna be able to create six figures in your business with that. You know what I mean? So, but really what it was like, okay, she just didn't have an understanding of like how the actual landscape of marketing looks. I'll give you an example. Most people think that you run a Facebook ad or a YouTube ad or some sort of advertising, right? And then you get a client tomorrow. It's not like that. It's more, let's say that you spend $500 and it costs you $500 to get one client. Okay, I just spent out $500. That means in my overall ecosystem or client pipeline, I have one client. However, when do I actually realize and actually collect on that one client? It could be 2 days, 5 days, 20 days, 30 days, 2 years, 3 years. Yes, I have had people sit inside of my pipeline for 3 years before deciding to work with me. So, what advertising does is it does not increase the speed, it increases the certainty. That's why, unless you're probably doing like 7 to 10 grand per month, you probably shouldn't be spending money on ads. Like, if you have a lot of money to burn, like you have a really good job, you live way below your means, you just have like a lot of money saved up. Okay, cool. Try the ads. Try it if money's not really the biggest like concern for you, but you're probably not going to make much money on it because if you can't write a post on Facebook or LinkedIn and get a client, you won't be able to write an ad that gets people to buy. Because think about it, all an advertisement is just you're paying for your free organic post to be seen by more people that you control. So if one, you can't even write something that gets a regular person who, let's say they're a business owner, they friend requested you and they're looking for services. And you write a post and you don't even like trigger their curiosity or get them to want to work with you or go with you faster, right? It's like, 1 sec. No, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna pause this. That's how it usually goes. Like, you start getting generally had a chance to like get into like the workforce and stuff. It's unfortunate. I don't think you guys heard any of that conversation. Just I just had a conversation with my student, Marissa. So test. Yeah, you guys definitely did not hear any of that conversation. But she was basically saying that she has one really large client that's giving her some really good contract work, one intermediate client that's at 2 grand a month, then one really small client that just came out like a family friend referral, like one of her family friends referred her a client. So when she first came, she had just graduated from college, so she was trying to kind of get some experience out of the industry and really start building some stuff up. And yeah, I'm really grateful to see it. So it took her about a year to get to about 8 grand a month, give or take. I think she's had that bigger client for I think about 3 to 4 months ago. So yeah, really excited to kind of hear from her and see that she's doing really good. So yeah. So it's really about mastery. So it's not about what's the right platform, it's what is the right platform for you. So I'll give you a great example. I do not like Facebook. Don't like it. I've tried it for a long time. I don't like, a lot of the posts on it. I don't like the way that it's stored. I don't like that it won't let me send a lot of messages. It just doesn't work with my ethos and like my ecosystem of how I like to get clients. However, I mastered it. I can well, I could say I've mastered it to the degree that I want to and like to the echelon that I'm on compared to other people, I've mastered it. Let's just say that. So And until I really had gotten good at Facebook, I didn't do anything else. Now, I know it sounds kind of weird, right? It's the same thing with like LinkedIn, right? So it's like I switched over to LinkedIn once I understood Facebook. I had already made a lot of money from Facebook before I ever really implemented heavily onto LinkedIn, right? And the reason why LinkedIn worked so well for me is because it's like Facebook, but you can curate a network of people that are all high quality. On Facebook, I was talking to people that were like that were selling soap and had like no money. I was telling people that like had they were doing like different starter businesses and like out of let's say every 10 calls, 6 of them would not be qualified, but I mastered the skill set of booking calls. Yes, I didn't make significant revenue from Facebook in the beginning, but I learned how to book calls. So I just transfer that same call booking script over to LinkedIn. And since LinkedIn inherently has better features to book calls, and well, it has inherently has better quality people on there, now everything started to work, right? And then what happened was when I started doing a mentorship program, I just moved back over to Facebook because I already had mastery on Facebook and I made a significant amount of money over there, right? But a lot of people, they're like, oh my gosh, I don't like Facebook, so I'm not going to use it. I don't really like LinkedIn, so I'm not going to use it. I kind of like networking events, but I don't want to go to networking events. Or I'm going to do this cold calling thing, or I'm going to do that. It's just like it's just dilly dab. It's like dabbling in a bunch of random things, right? And you never really develop that skill set any one of them because if you think about it, all of Facebook Messenger outreach is just a networking event conversation, but in Facebook. And all a LinkedIn conversation is just a Facebook Messenger that's just in a slightly different format. And all an email is you just basically putting a bunch of messages together to get someone to say yes right away. So if you get the understanding of the underlying marketing principle, you can apply it in a bunch of different places. So it's not about where, it's about what skill sets are we cultivating. That's it. That's all I want you to think about, okay? That's all I want you to think about. If you can do that, you're going to make so much money. You're going to build so much wealth. You're going to save so much time. Like that's it. Like money, wealth, time. Because if you get the time, you can spend it with your family. If you get the time, you don't have to go spend 2 hours commuting to work every day. If you get the time, you can go take a vacation to Mexico and spend a whole week and not have to worry about checking in with anybody, you know? So next thing is you need to build a routine. The one surefire way to get mastery is to build a routine. Because if I do the routine every single day, I'm naturally going to reach my goal. So for example, remember, what you do each day, and this is just a kind of a side note that's important. What you do each day is not as important as how often you do it. It kind of goes back to that last point, right? We're trying to build mastery. Which one do you think you're going to get better at? So if you shoot 100 basketballs at a hoop one day, or if you shoot 10 hoops every day for 100 days, you shoot the basket 10 times. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Okay, so I'm gonna come back out tomorrow, do the same thing. 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 Right? Versus I'm gonna shoot 100 in one day and I'm never gonna like pick up a basketball again. Probably going to make more progress by shooting less every single day. Because by the end of the 100 days, you would have shot 1,000 baskets. That's 10 times as many as the one day. But if you shot 100 a day, you feel like you've accomplished more because you're like, oh, I worked really hard. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing here. All this online business is about consistency, 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 consistency. Now, if you're doing some of the right things, the consistency will yield results much faster and much better. A guy asked me the other day, he was like, I know you're selling a mentorship program, but do I need a mentorship program to be successful? It's like, it kind of depends on your personality and your skill set. And I was like, so how many days have you been like actually doing the business? Oh, I've been thinking about it for like 2 years. What? Wait, so if you've been thinking about something for 2 years but haven't actually taken any action, you're probably not someone that's going to do very well on their own. Because think about it. Okay, we have this cool conversation, you go away, and then you're going to spend probably another 3 to 6 months before you ever even get started on something. Versus you invest in a mentorship program, you get the stuff right, you have accountability now you actually do it, now you reach your goals. So it's like It's really about understanding who you are and like building those good habits into it. Like for me, for example, every morning when I'm on like I call like filming, kind of like filming seasons. So I will film two videos every morning. That takes me about 30 to 45 minutes every single morning. First thing I do when I wake up. It gives me energy, makes me feel good. I can look at my cool cars in my driveway, the sun shining, and it's amazing, right? But that's my routine. And it's made a lot of money. A lot of money. Now, I sometimes like talk in terms of money, and like money's not always the most important thing. However, it's very easy to quantify in terms of business how well it's doing based on the profit and the money that it makes, right? So, um, yeah, that's the thing there. But again, it's not like these are like oof, tables cracked a little bit. But yeah, it's not really always about just like what you do, but it's like just do something consistently. Like people ask like how am I able to put out five to six videos a week? Well, that in order for me to get 5 or 6 videos a week, I had to be consistent. Just be consistent. That's it. And it just naturally you learn how to like get more efficient at stuff and just get better at stuff. And it just gets easier and easier and easier. That's all this stuff is. Now, example routine you can do. Now, this is not the best routine. It's not the only routine. This is just an example of routine. Send maybe 5 messages to potential clients. Comment on 3 people's posts, and then post one content piece daily. That's one activity. Now, like that's not the best, but I'd rather you do that every day for a year than nothing. And then just make sure whatever you do is like track these interactions out of a spreadsheet or CRM. That's actually very important. You have to know who is potentially interested in working with you. So if you text someone on like, we'll say LinkedIn, they say they're interested in potentially getting bookkeeping done, put them on a spreadsheet. Okay. The reason why is because you need to start following up with clients or potential clients. Anyone that says they're interested, but this does not buy, ignores you, ghosts, disappear, these people are really good potential clients. Like 50% of the people that end up signing up with you are people that are going to have said no or ghosted you in the past. So if you never follow up with people because like, oh, I don't want to bother them or oh, they rejected me, it's like you're gonna leave so much opportunity on the table. That's my business partner's calling me. But yeah, so it's just like it's just crazy, right? So for me, I like to follow up at 3 days, 7 days, and 14 days intervals. So that means okay, so a person ghosts me, 3 days later, I'm gonna reach out. Then after that, I'm gonna reach out 7 days later. Then I'm gonna reach out 14 days later. After that, I'm just gonna every 14 to 15 days just reach out to them, just seeing how things are going. Now, inside of our program, we do give you different follow-up scripts so you know exactly what to say, right, in your follow-up. And that just makes it easier so you don't have to like think about it, right? Always need to know exactly what you're doing. Next thing, when you do follow up with people, when you are trying to book calls, offer a free call, not a pitch. Now, in the beginning, you need to increase the number of calls you get as much as you possibly can. So that means that you're going to be just offering, like, hey, let's hop on a call, see if I can help you, right? It's not as direct, it's not as intense. Now people are gonna get on the phone with you. Now, as you get better and better at booking calls, you can start adding more qualifiers. So like let's see if I can help you with your accounting or bookkeeping, right? It's not as more of a container, right? To see and then when you get better at that, to see if I can help you with your accounting or bookkeeping within X time frame, like within the next 30 days, right? Within the next week, right? Because now you can start reducing the number of people that get on a call, but increasing the quality of the calls, right? Because like in the beginning, when you're just like inviting people to help them out, you're gonna get a lot of calls with people that maybe are not postured up to buy from you right away. And that can be very frustrating. Like I'm just being honest, it's very frustrating. So as you book more calls, you can afford to be a little bit more choosy and be like, oh, I don't want to talk to someone unless they're like pretty much ready to buy from me, right? It just makes things so much easier. And then when you start booking calls, you have to start learning how to leverage testimonials and case studies, right? So whenever you start getting clients, whenever you start doing free work, whenever you start doing like let's say you train people on like QuickBooks training, right? Like any QuickBooks training session should be a case study or a testimonial for you. Like you literally just record those sessions, you send them to people so they can see like you help people out. Like now, to be honest with you, testimonials and case studies in our industry, very, very, very low priority, right? It's not necessarily something that's going to make someone work with you, but it's just enough to get someone over the edge. If like they're like 80% of the way sold on working with you, but they just need a little bit more of a push just to make sure you're not a scam. Then you send the testimonials or then you send the case studies. Now people are like, okay, cool, let's go. When I got started, I used to think like, oh, I need to have testimonials because there were people online that had like a bunch of testimonials, and I was like, I can't compete with that. And my friend was like, yeah, if you get the testimonials, people go crazy and they want to work with you. And I was like, I didn't have testimonials, so I was like, I couldn't be successful without them. But then I started just doing the stuff we talked about early in this presentation. If you notice, testimonials are the last thing we're talking about, right? Because it's the least important thing, you know? But the most important thing is just track what works, see what messages have booked a call, see what posts get a call, and then keep making more stuff that's working and less stuff that doesn't work. And every single week, review your past posts. Did this one get 3 likes? Did this one get a call booked? Did this one actually do really well? Do people reach out to me and say they wanted XYZ? People reach out and give me feedback saying they really like that post. If I know that, then I win. Awesome. So, hopefully you enjoyed the hopefully you learned something new. If you want some help growing your business, click the link inside the description above or below the video. Book a call with me. Let's see if I can help you. If you're watching this on your TV, okay, you might want to pull out your phone, just go to one of my videos, and inside the description below the video where like has a bunch of text, that's where you'll find like the link to book the call. Okay. I know if you're watching me on TV, thank you so much. I always want to be a TV star. And like, yeah, it's actually cool I can actually do that. So thank you for watching me on TV. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day. Take it easy.